Hey, what's up? So it's late. I just got off work, and here we are again trying to get this Borge Warner to fit. I'll show you what I'm working with. So with the compressor housing, we have just a hair of space coming through there. Like you can see, it's not touching, but it's touching. Maybe just barely, but it is seated. It's fully on the flange down here. If I was to tighten it down, that may help a little bit. Let's take the compressor off. So you can see, like, it has just a little bit of room. I can notch that. That's not, let me zoom in. That's not an extreme amount. If I have to, flashlight don't want to focus on this. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus. Like that is barely hitting. Now I'll zoom back out. So here's my compressor housing. Now ideally I would want it up in some form. So that's not going to work because it won't even slide on. Now, going by some pictures people had online, they had it upside down. Now upside down, we can get it on there. It's not hitting at the back. I know it's hard to see with the camera. Let's see if we can zoom in. It's not hitting back here. It's like paper thin. So you can see there's a gap between the intake manifold. Then it's hitting. So if possible, could clock it like that, and then we're hitting here. Now I'm not opposed to hitting this frame with a BF hammer, but if that will work, because that is on there, maybe just a hair off because it won't seat because it's hitting, but that is on there. The problem we have is, let me come around to the front. So then it angles my compressor housing down. So I would need some kind of sharp as fuck elbow, and then it would have to somehow connect to this intercooler piping here, which we could always cut this off and get somebody to just go down. So I don't think that would be that big of a deal, but ideally it would be better if we could get it over more. Now then we come into another problem. If I go to try to rotate it more, we can see if we can get the camera to focus. If I try to rotate it more, it comes in contact with my OMP. So that looks like that's the only way I'm going to be able to get this to fit. So maybe the first thing I need to do is notch this frame spot right here big enough to where I could freely rotate this compressor housing. Maybe maybe if doing that, I can judge where it needs to sit or angle as far as here. Now I was told that there's different compressor housings for this Borge Warner, and the aftermarket ones from like Bullseye and other non-Borge Warner compressor housings are smaller. I've also heard that the new SXE 366 compressor housings are slightly smaller. Can't find factual information online, so that doesn't really help me too much going by hearsay. But it seems like we're so close. Obviously, if I do notch the back section where the turbine is, then that might give me just a little bit in the front as well. So if I can't get a hammer to do it, I'm gonna have to take a sledge. I don't mind putting a dent in it. This frame has been hit before, so it's nothing new. This is like a whole welded piece that's been added on because I wrecked it years and years and years ago. I don't plan on getting rid of this car and giving it to nobody or selling it. So this is mine. It's my hassle. It's my damage that whatever I do is all for me, not anybody else's issue. So I want to run this turbo. I don't want to play around and shop around and having to buy turbos and all this. Now this one's been rebuilt. I painted the cover housing black, which it did look good, but it's aged. So either way, I need this on here. So I trimmed the frame a little bit and I got it to sit, and this is the new resting spot, and repainted the cover. Here you go. I have everything kind of mocked up, got everything started to get worked on. Put the spacer in the intake and did the fuel rail, and here it is all buttoned up with my Aeromotive and my Bosch. 8500 primaries and 1680 secondaries, and the